everyone. I'm here to share another ButterBeeScraps design piece with you. One of the things that I used was these glass bubbles, and these are pretty heavy. It's GL2840CL, and they're just little glass crystals. I used one charm out of this charm pack. I used a key and a lock out of this key and lock charm set. I used 7635. I used one of these flowers. This one doesn't have a number either, but I'm sure I could find it for you if you need it. It's a tiny little bottle. I don't know if you guys can see that. And it has a cork as well as a eye screw. Teeny tiny little eye screws on that. And then I used one of these keys here, as well as one of these pieces. This one's been altered. I didn't have another one. I don't have the number for that either. And my last pieces, I used one of these. And I don't have the number for that either. I'm sorry, guys. And this is my design team project. As you can see, this is an altered letter with a clock. I have made this for a person I refer to as my twinsy, who is Linda, FaithChick777. She has seen this, so I can say who it's for. We're in a swap together, and this is one of the pieces that I created for her. And so I started by painting it black, and then I painted it with the magnolia white so that I could sand it down in places and give it that vintage feel. And then I added some vintage lace appliques here, which I used every bit that I had. I got that from Lydia. Little lids. Thank you, Lydia. And you can see the cheesecloth here, and a crocheted flower from Char, and a little gear, and just some Prima bling there. And so after I painted it, I sanded it, and then I don't know if you guys are going to get the detail of that. There's some texture with a Prima stencil with the dots, because that's like Linda's favorite and mine too. And I used the Snow Tex with the glitter in it. It's really pretty. It's just here and there. And then I hand gathered the cheesecloth and made it look like a piece of lace. And then in between that, I wrapped that tatting lace. You can kind of see a peek of it right there. Would help if I was in frame. A little peek of it right there. So, and then I ran the Prima vine. I cut it in half and ran part of it up here, and then down through here and across the bottom. I also added a few flowers from my stash. Just some little cherry blossoms and some little roses and some little rosebuds, and there's those Martha Stewart ones. And so here's the two pieces from ButterBeeScraps that I showed you, and there's actually a third piece there. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see that. That's a key, and the key has a little hole in it for a jump ring. And so when I saw these two pieces laying kind of on my table, because I pulled everything out, I saw this beautiful butterfly, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have to do that. So I went ahead and I painted them, and then I threw that embossing powder on top of them and heat set it. It bubbled and it added all this wonderful, yummy texture. And then I went over it with white paint to kind of soften it a little bit, and it gave it this beautiful, almost patina look to it. And then I connected the jump ring to the little charm that I've created here. I just wrote XO on here because Linda does XOs on everything, so I had to have one on the project for her. And this is the little scrap of London Market, and then I just signed the back of it there. And so that's the little glass piece from ButterBeeScraps. Really beautiful. And down through here, you can see that I have some more cheesecloth and flowers in the vine. There's a little prima bird there, and a little clock piece here, and some more flowers. And then right down here, just barely peeking out, I used that little key that I showed you that kind of has a crown to it, and that's the leaf to the middle flower that I did here. And this is the ButterBeeScraps flower. It's one of these right here. And what I did to it was I painted it white and added that embossing powder to it and then heat set it. It just makes it so shabby. I just love it. And then I added some little crystals to the center of it. And then I have a little bit of vintage lace here. And I have a 7, a 7, and a 7 for her numbers. And then I have a little brad there that says Faith. And then along the cheesecloth, I took the little heart punch and I punched out all these little hearts. And they are wound in along the flowers and in this little bird's nest. And the bird's nest, I gessoed it. I added Snow-Tex, the crystal Snow-Tex to it, as well as some a beaded spray that I had got at Michael's. And just added a few flowers and a few gears, and then I nestled this paper mache heart inside, which I have crackle painted, added cheesecloth, this beautiful die cut that I picked up, and then the center piece, the center die cut, is a My Mind's Eye piece that I've had in my stash for a very long time. Here's the little key and hearts and pink mica, and all of them have been inked. I'll try to zoom in. There, you can see that. And then it goes over to the corner of the heart. And here I have a eye hook with bead cap from my stash. And then I just ran more chain down here, and I have a little ButterBeeScraps charm, little crystal charm. Her crystal charms are really sparkly. Some of the prettiest ones I've ever seen. See, that's really got a lot of sparkle. And then just another pearl bead from my stash. And then around to the back, I'll show you guys the back. And zoom out. So you can really see the filigree work here on the L piece. And then down below here in the nest, I've added some more flowers, a little Prima piece, exos that a friend had picked up for me, some more cheesecloth and some more flowers, and then a vintage button with another crocheted flower from Char. And then I've added this pretty lace along the edge here to kind of hide the back of the clock. And then you can, of course, see the clockworks. So that is my design team project for ButterBeeScraps for the month of October. I have a second piece coming soon. I really hope you guys enjoyed this piece as much as I did. I think it turned out really beautiful, and I really hope that Linda loves it as much as I do. So thanks everybody for watching. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I will be catching you with more videos soon. Bye!